multi-location, collective action, networks, stoppages, preparing the groundwork for stoppages and strikes and protests is really the basic strategy we're talking about, of putting the infrastructure into place for someday organizing itself. So, I'm gonna stop. It's like a catcher, you know, the pitcher and the catcher, he's giving me sign. And we're gonna do, you've got comments and questions, we're ready to do that. Sister in the back.
Okay, when you said something about the, organizing for the nurses, did that include CNAs, PCAs?
No, it was
healthcare workers?
only the registered nurse.
Oh, okay.
And not that the other folks shouldn't have a union, but it happened to be that it was, the Resources Select campaign came from the California Nurses Association, which is a group of registered nurses, so that's,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, I'm gonna have to be contrary,
Go ahead.
and I'm gonna have to, I agree that we need militant unions, I agree that we need to be gearing up for not the fight of the election, but for the fight of the contract, and to force concessions from our employers, from the owners. But I disagree with the direction that you're doing this. You're starting with small seeds at many different locations. When I was organizing, and I had a few people, I did reach out to other locations. I did reach out to other organizations across the states. But our first fight was at our shop. The way that I was able to bring in, the way that you're able to bring in and start and spread these seeds is by showing this example at this first shop and at this first workplace. I can pull all these militant minorities together from all these workplaces and get some sort of engagement from them, but I, at my workplace, cannot stop organizing. I cannot prioritize doing that until I've got a stable foundation, until I have something here that I can show them and say, hey, I know that you're having trouble at your workplace. This is what I've gone through and what I can do, and I can then give you material support. I can show up, I can give you money from our coffers, that sort of thing. If I'm getting 5 people together at my workplace, and I'm gonna try to go to every other one and try to find 5 people at all these other workplaces, instead of trying to get 5 more people at my workplace, that's not that's going to lose me my union fight. That's gonna lose me these concessions that I need to make. I agree that we need to take this fight regionally. I agree we need to take this fight beyond just one workplace. But we do need some footholds. We do need some shoreheads. We do need some success before we can spread the seeds. And
Right, you're right. There's no contradiction. You're right. In other words, there's a dynamic that goes on here, right? You're going to get some people together. What you're really looking for in your workplace is so-called live wires, right? They might be deacons in the church. They might be political activists outside of the work, but you're looking for some people who are engaged in some level of collective action in that workplace. And that you will spend some amount of time doing that. Now, obviously, right, you're not going to run out down the street and go to the next warehouse. You're going to have to build something where you are and then try to expand it and expand it. The point here is, don't get so deep in that one single workplace that that's all you're doing, because eventually you're going to get kicked off.
Sure.
If anybody tells you you don't get fired for doing this, they're lying to you. You should find somebody else to talk to, right? So the longer you stay isolated in that workplace, either the more people are going to get discouraged, or they're going to get canned, right? So you want to build some credibility where you work, but you want to start to move out as soon as you can to similar workplaces, if possible, like, you know, you can throw a stone and hit an Amazon, right? I mean, it's not that hard. Look at what's going on in Starbucks, right? You can, if you stayed in that one place in Buffalo, New York, all those folks would be long gone. Right? The idea of stop behind Starbucks was to expand just as quick as you could. Easier to do, of course, because of the voting unit, the bargaining unit in a Starbucks is small. It's 20 people, 25 people. Right? So you can do that in a lot quicker.
Ed, you got that hand over here.
Oh, yes.
Good morning. Good morning. Who that boy repeat something after me? Working people united.
Working people united
Can never be defeated.
can never be defeated.
Working people united.
Working people united
Can never be defeated.
can never be defeated.
Young man, I gotta respond to you,
Yes, sir.
right? Because you traditionally organizing. We gotta change from that. Just the two. Whether you want to say it, whether you always say that, I'm so proud. I wish Solid knew, but he's looking at this.
Yes, he is.
This saw, and some of the parishioners, but didn't see it. But I'm one for Rule 1422. I saw this. That's why I'm at where I'm at now. You got to get away from traditional organizing. That's what killing me. Some of the people in the workplace, they don't understand. You got to speak for them. And this is it. When you connect with other plants and stuff everywhere, and plan a demonstration, you don't want it to last for weeks and 2 weeks and all that. Well, you need 5 minutes to get the worker and get your boss man to understand where the power is at. This is it. And you want to know who your friend is? Call on your Uncle Google. You're laughing, but I put some humor to it. But you know exactly who you can talk to when you start Googling, especially those in the position that needs you to go the way you need to be. We're going to lay out a plan for you. But this room, let us talk about the energy in the room. The energy that went in the room last night had me on fire. I was sitting in that chair. It didn't even move. I was burning right in that chair. Waiting to see what I was going to see this morning. And here you got up and you said a mouthful and you said what you did. What you boiled down there, but you got to move away from it. This is your organizing tool. That's right. Believe me, not y'all. You can sit in the workplace. You ain't need to do it. Just get 5 minutes. Just a hit button in 5 minutes. Bang. You ain't know where it come from. You hear what I'm telling you? Somebody put it out there. You hear what I'm telling you? See how many people you can get to do it. All right. This is an organizing tool. Speaking you from the position, and I love it. North and South Carolina now, all of this stuff is by design. In the South. I ain't guessing at this. All of it is by design. I'm speaking to you this morning. I was at about 6 months to a year ago. I was the only black state Fed president in the country. Where I'm leading the state of South Carolina is the most racist state in the country. And I've been saying it forever. If you change South Carolina, you change the South. And if you change the South, you change the country. Okay, but I want to say this because I'm going to have to leave shortly. But then I want to do something for Solidine before I go. All right, I think Leonard already done talked to the board right this. We'll do that later. But I would say to everybody, this school is what we need. I got 2 members from the local. Leonard sits on the board. I got another one of my members that sits on the board over Duran is over there. And I've already told Leonard, as long as I'm president, I'm going to commit the ILA Local 1422 to the Southern Workers Assembly School. We can do whatever. We're going to do this thing. that I did notice, from yesterday and even tonight and this morning, it's one thing that you're gonna have to learn to do with organizing, doing it. You gotta find your own way till you get there.
That's right. That's right.
And I look, every time I see something put in there, would you put a donation in? Yeah, but put something in there. Jesus said the only reason why you don't have because you don't ask.
Amen.
The Southern worker of this school is asking for help. Put something in that before you leave there. And help us some change, put it in there. Because Jesus is going to multiply everything that we take here to do. This school is what's going to change the South. What you're battling with, first and foremost, you can't see it with your eyes, but it's happening. Everything is by design. I'm committing Local 1422 to the school financially. We can fund it. We can do what we need to do. I thank God for what I've done since I was president. I was able to take a resolution to the membership, and I got an account set up just for membership. And that account is growing. And I mean, when I say it's growing, it's growing. And I did it in a way that our initiation fee, everything that we take every people join the union, I put that in a special account for to go back on themselves. They investing in their own lives and their own way about paying and being a part of the union. I'm committing to the Southern Workers School financially in that way. So I say to everybody, enjoy this weekend. Because I told Saladin this when I first came in Local 1422. We only gonna be able to carry this to a certain point, then God is gonna cut us off. And then he's gonna bring a new one on. That's what happened to Saladin. And I'm pledging to do this until God calls me home. Then he's gonna get another one for somebody in this room. Catch hold now. This is not,
Yes, sir.
this is no joke.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Thank you very much.